So I met yoga in Himalaya, in India, in fact. At the beginning I was practicing sport, climbing. Then when I come back from an expedition in high Himalaya, I met a yogi who was living in his cave. And he tell me, hey, young man, what are you doing? You know, you can lose your body because it's very dangerous, the things you are doing. So you know that it's like a grace to be inside this body. And you know how to use it? And I say, yes, I know how to use it because I'm practicing sport and stuff like that. And he tell me, okay, if you have time, I can take you with me for a couple of days and you are going to show me how you use your body and your mind. And I was with this yogi who was eating only once every 2 or 3 days this volume of food. He wasn't drinking when we were walking in Himalaya, and I was drinking and I was pissing 6-7 times per day, and he was pissing but he didn't drink. So it's surprising me, and I tell him, hey Baba, how is it possible to go toilets like that and without drink? And he told me, because I'm living nude, I feel the prana and humidity from the space, from the trees, from the waterfalls, and it's touched me really deep. Then after it was cold, and it never got cold in fact, and he showed me different types of things where I was like handicapped. It was impossible for me to do anything. So after a while he told me, look, this is yoga. And you tell me that you know your body, you tell me that you know your mind, but you don't know anything. So it was my first lesson in fact. Then when I come back to France, I start to practice. And now I'm 50 years old, it's 30 years that I'm practicing yoga. And for me, yoga is something that you can't experiment without coherence. So I remember all the masters in India, they were telling me, if you don't wake up before the sun is coming up, we are not going to teach you today because it's too late. If you are not going to the toilet before the sun is coming up, we are not going to teach you today because you are going to keep bad vibration in your body, in your temple, so it will be impossible to put light after. If you are not vegetarian, you are going to sit and the animals are going to speak in your mind because there's no separation between body, mind and spiritual. So they were telling me, if you agree with that, gradually you have to improve yourself to let the meat and the fish on the side and to eat only sattvic food, mean pure, without violence. And gradually I start to understand that yoga was a real part of the world, a real conscience. And if you want to meet this conscience, you have some rules, and those rules are all like humanity, and you don't have to respect them like a dogma, but you have to try to walk close from them as much as you can, and gradually it's giving you some happiness and stability and joys. And so it was at the beginning it was my experience of yoga. And now since a couple of years I'm visiting one specific master. His name is Anand Giri Baba. He's living in Himalaya in his cave, and the last time I meet him, this teaching was that I meet him, and every time he tell me, Philippe, come with me in the cave, you spend some time. And last time I meet him in this cave, and the cave was completely, nude. It was nothing inside. At the beginning, he's got some stuff to cook, tea or to some blankets to cover in case it's too cold. But that time it was completely
Empty.
no, not empty, it's when it's full, no?
No, it's
It was empty, so it was completely empty. And I say to my master in Italy, hey, Baba, what's happened? Why did you have nothing in your cave? He tell me, but it's empty, it's full. Look around you, there's everything you need. And I was completely blind, in fact, so he came close to me and he put his hand here at the top of my head, and I start to feel a lot more warm, and I in this cave the light changed, and I was crying like a child, in fact, and he tell me I stand a couple of long seconds like that in this vision, and he take his hand off, and I came back in my conscience and in my body, and he was smiling like that, and he tell me, you see, there's everything that you want when your mind is in Ananda all the time. And it was for me like amazing, like a big present again to see the distance between my perception of the reality and his perception of Ananda. And so it gives, I mean, when you read some text, they tell you if you stay close from the master, it's giving you some power to follow your sadhana, your way. And that's true because it's always a fantastic example to see how the emotion, how the mind is giving the determination of the life. And by all those things, it's what I call yoga. I mean, yoga for me, there's no separation. It's difficult to put a word in front of yoga or a word after yoga, because if you put a word in front or after, it's like separation, and separation is not yoga. So that's my vision. Om Namah Shivaya.